Wired, for those who don't know me. I'm doing this, running it kind of solo for now. Alright, there we go. We are live. I have the chat open. We are good to roll. So yeah, season 15. From what I've heard and seen, we are having a full points reset for today, being that it's the finale and, you know, kind of like the playoffs, anything can happen, any team can win. So we're just waiting for the last few people here to join in and start up some qualifying. How the choices of tracks and cars and stuff were made. The one seed, which was Flying Missiles, I think I can W's team. They were able to pick either car class, the vehicle, or the first track. They decided to pick class. They went with C class. Not surprised here. W was talking all week saying that he didn't want to race against Unknown and Fast in A class. The second seed, which would be the Firebirds in AYDY's team, 81. They picked the car, so they picked the Drag Slayer. Not too sure about their choices there, but this is what we got. And the first track was picked by the final team, which was Spider Monkey's team in Boulder Bank Circuit, Maine. It's a track that we've only ever ran in the Global Series. Never ran it here in a regular series race. And the second track, which you'll see what is coming up, was picked by the team captains who were not involved in the playoffs here. I see Oscar in the chat saying the Three Stooges are back together, Walleye, Ice Dude, and Oscar. Walleye is filling in on I think I can W's team. Buzz and Bell was not able to make it or something like that. Some unfortunate stuff there, but he picked up Walleye for the last race. And Oscar is back where he belongs on the Firebirds, filling in for that last race. I'm going to hop on board, seeing as how he picked the track. Let's go hop on board with Mr. Spider Monkey. So we're going to be doing the same thing we always do in 5 laps of qualifying. And then I believe this is a 15 lap race, seeing that it's a very long track. I believe the longest track we've ran this entire season. Like we're looking at lap times around the 117 to 118, 119s, even 120s. You know, you really have to have a perfect lap in order to set a good time here. But as I said before, I'm going to be all alone in the booth for now. May have a special guest maybe showing up a bit later. But yeah, for now it's just going to be me, the racetrack, and the chat. So I may need you guys to chat with me and help me out a little bit. It's not the first time I've streamed by myself, but it can be challenging talking, especially during a pretty slow-paced race. And it looks like we're already having problems with that intersection in qualifying. You hate to see it. But yeah, in terms of track layout, as I just said, there is an intersection, so we're going to have to be on the lookout for that. You never know what can happen through there. And other than that, the only other real tricky spots, I mean, this little 270 turn that W is coming across right now can be tricky. It's not too hard in C class. I find it's a little easier to handle, but another spot that can be tricky is up at the top of the hill after this right-hander that W's taken us on. That left-hander up at the top of this hill, that's going to be another hot spot. If people go a little too quick through it or they're battling, you know, you can get sent into a guardrail pretty easily. Looking at some lap times, Ruthless Mamba so far on the pole with a minute 20.7. So as I said, around that minute 20, a lot of minute 22s, minute 23s. Unknown coming in with a 119.4. It's a very solid lap out of him, and here comes his captain saying, "Here, I'll show you what a good lap time is with a 118.7." So I'll be definitely interested to see what W puts down on his first hot lap. Should be coming around to the end here pretty soon. Where are you? Yeah, here he is. He puts down a 118.5, so AY is really not far off pace of him here on Boulder Bank. And Bobby actually got up there with a 19.446, so just slightly faster than Unknown's time there. And if it's going to be anything like last week, I wouldn't be surprised to see W, playing a little bit of blocker for Bobby here. But it seems like the team's really tried to use W strategy, not so much AD's team, but I definitely saw Spider's team all grouped together at one point, and I think it's a very, very smart strategy. Speaking of Spider, he put up a 119.015, so he will be in that third place position, pushing Bobby down into fourth. Alright, people of the chat, I see 8 people are watching so far. I think it might be only 7. I think I count myself as 1. But predictions. What are we thinking? I'm gonna go ahead and put some money down on Spider Monkey here. I think once he gets into a groove, this guy is very, very consistent on the track. As he, okay, he might not be in the groove. A little bit of commentator's curse coming through here. But looking through the field, doesn't really look like many changes. Ruthless Mamba bumps D-Highs out of that 7th place position. But it seems as though that these Diamond drivers just have a really strong understanding of this track here. Being 1, 2, and 3, I mean, can't get much better than that. You got AY, our season 15 personal champion, so he won the Diamond Series in the personal point standings. Yeah, I think I can W, who's trying to push for Luke Man's all-time championship record and all-time wins record. It's definitely someone who's very capable of doing it. Very, very strong racer. And Spider Monkey, who's coming off a really solid week last week, got his first ever PRA win. You know, did really solid in that second race as well, so he's got some good momentum coming into this week as well. We see Soul Pun, the surprise silver driver right now, up in 4th place above all the other gold drivers in this lobby, so very strong showing out of Soul Pun so far here on the last lap of qualifying now. Looks like Mamba's actually already done his qualifying. I don't know if he DNF'd or was just ahead of the pack. We see everybody's kind of... Oh, and that's the spot I should have talked about there that Unknown just went through. If you hit that corner wrong, there's a little bit of a rock that will end your life, as it did just now to Unknown. Hopefully he wasn't on a really good lap, because man, I've been there. Bobby and Soul Pun coming around that last corner. Let's see if they have any improvements. W improved to a 118.3, just want to shout that out. No improvements from either of these guys, so they'll start off in 4th and 5th. So, I mean, what a showing from W's team. Taking the pole, 4th and 5th position. I mean, that's strong right there. Walleyes rounding out our qualifying here. Not too sure if he improved or not. But yeah, with such a big track like this and the gap in skill drivers, or gap in skill of drivers, you can really see how that affects in terms of lap times. I mean, you have almost a 4-second gap, and no shade to Walleye. Walleye is one of my good buddies here in PRA, but you know, it's when you have such a long track, you need to be perfect. Yeah, Dorchek, come on, Walleye sandbagger. I agree. I think Walleye can do better than that. I mean, it's his first league race in a while. You got King Saturn going for Walleye for the win. I love it. You know, I'm always cheering on Walleye, even if I'm not saying it. Walleye is one of my good buddies, and I've seen him improve, and I know how good he can be. But as for the rest of the field, this is going to be an interesting race. It'll be interesting to see how W plays it. I know there was some talk about what he was doing last week with blocking everybody. It'll be interesting to see if he goes for that strategy again or if he just tries to run away, because I mean, he does have 2 teammates in the top 5 starting positions. A very strong starting position for W to just kind of run away, and hopefully these 2 can hold on to their spots. But I mean, when you have guys like Unknown and Fast and Ruthless Mamba behind you, anything can happen. So I'm not too sure what we're waiting on here, but we should be underway very, very shortly. We're going to be having a real long pace lap for us to talk. As you can see, Oscar is still a rascal. He's trying to vote me out of the lobby already, so we're going to give him one right back. Oscar, for when you're watching this at work tomorrow, sorry, my finger slipped, buddy. But yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how this plays out. I mean, I'm not sure how the points are going to work if we're taking just top 2. I assume that's what we're doing. I may chat with B-Dog and see if we can't do the entire team's points. If not, I'm going to work it out anyways afterwards and post it into the chat just to see. But we are waiting on Ruthless Mamba to ready up. Once he does, we will be underway for 15 laps here at Boulder Bank. I'm expecting this race to be, I don't want to say boring, but it's a really long technical track, and you know, it can get really spread out really quick. So we're gonna ride on board with Bobby. Bobby's a guy who also got his first PRA win last week, and you know, W did a great job of helping him out get it, but he was very excited for sure. He's also in that 5th place position, so he'll be calling our green. But it seems like these guys are moving along at a decent pace, so that we're not having a 2-minute pace lap, because that would be painful. And before I get yelled at from Oscar again, I'll change this over just for you guys. Miles per hour. There you go. Now the Canadian's all confused. So I'm not sure what's happening here. Why W picked the outside. I think he may just be thinking, you know, hey, I might have outside on first corner, but if I can hold my speed and stay with AY, I'll have inside through the 270 corner, which I think might be a really, really smart decision. Saturn's still cheering on Mr. Walleye. You love to see it. I mean, Saturn's the guy who's been around for quite a while, and you know, it's been a very, very fun part of the community. But we are coming around the last corner here on Boulder Bank main route. Everyone's tightening up, getting stacked, and we will be going green, green, green. We held that one in for a little bit longer than I wanted to, but coming around that first corner, Bobby, no stranger to put a fender in, and W with a great start off of that green flag, gets ahead of AY, gets around that corner nicely. Spider and Bobby run a little wide there. Spider did a great job at recovering, and Bobby and Soulpun are just trying to stick themselves to Spider here. Bobby gets hooked up on him a little bit. Soulpun goes in, and Spider gets pushed out into the wall. You hate to see it, but Unknown jumps at the opportunity. Dives right up into that podium position in third place. As Bobby and Ruthless start going at it, maybe a little bit of a, hey, you stay off my captain, or we're going to have some issues. Looking towards the back of the pack, we got the Three Musketeers and Oscar, Ice Dude, and Walleye back together in a lobby once again. This is where they belong, all in the same lobby, causing trouble. And you know what? They haven't really fallen away from the pack at all, so very, very good job out of these guys to stay up with these boys. Looking towards mid-pack, we got Spider Monkey and Badass Frog right next to each other. Badass Frog trying to make a move around Soulpun here at some point, just getting any inch he can. D-Highs is doing his best to hold Soulpun off as they go too wide into this jump, and this right here is where Bobby kind of put the fender into Spider a little bit. Not sure if it was an accident or, you know, just the heat of the moment kind of deal, but Spider is the king of going to the back and coming back at the end of the race, so we'll see what happens. But Badass Frog is trying to get that inside, just clips that guardrail a little bit and loses the position. Oscar trying not to pass, but gives Badass a little bit of a tap on the ass, and Badass Frog is in the tree. That should be tally number 1. Going back up to the front, W has started to sprint away from the field already and running a 1:18.1. I see why he has been running away. That is a really, really fast lap time, it seems like. AY has done a great job of breaking away from that pack as well and keeping W in his sights. Let's see if that intersection comes into play, and it's already starting to come into play a little bit. I mean, you saw Walleye and AY kind of, or W, sorry, almost cross paths there. Looking back to the mid-pack, Soulpun still doing his best to hold Spider Monkey off, but Spider is giving him no breathing room. And Soulpun just goes a little bit wide. Spider jumps at the opportunity, and he's up into 7th place already, looking to make up more spots as time goes on. Looking at this Mamba and Bobby having a side-by-side battle right now. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. D-High's Spider, Soulpun not far behind these guys, so very, very solid from Team Shenanigan Pancakes right now. They would love to gain some positions though. This Mamba tries to get an inside line, but Bobby has that outside speed, gets a better corner exit. Mamba getting a little bit of a boost from his teammates there. Look at that lap times, and oh my, W has ran a 1:17.7. This kid is uncontrollable. And it looks like everyone is clear for the most part of that intersection. So everyone keeping it safe. We have all of Team Shenanigan Pancakes right here, other than Ice Dude, but Ice Dude's not far behind. You saw him just come over that jump back there. I would love to see these guys just kind of move out of the way for Spider here, at least At least D-Highs. It looks like Spider's forcing that issue a little bit. I know D-Highs doesn't want to lose any positions, but Spider needs to break away to catch these guys up front. And Bobby makes a little bit of a mistake. He's going through the trees. It'll be interesting to see how they call that. I'm not too sure if that's a legal move, but you know, to survive, I think it might be okay. But I'm not sure. They may call a caution on it. But Mamba gets a really good exit out of that corner this time around. He's on the inside of Bobby coming into this first corner. And Spider has broken away from D-Highs a little bit. Spider making a good move. Is everyone safe? Oh, an AY. Was that AY? AY does get taken out. So did Unknown there, it looked like. Get kind of taken out in that intersection, and that gives W just a monster lead. Sulpan. Yeah, I mean, look at how tight this pack is. From 2nd to 8th are all right here. And that's what happens when you have an intersection. That's why we tend to avoid them, but you know, when we're giving picks to our competitors, anything can happen. Looks like this backpack has kind of got caught up a little bit almost. Something happened with Spider Monkey. And D-Highs is now in front of all the shenanigans. Sulpan not far behind these two. Spider Monkey did get the inside on Sulpan here going into that next corner. And caution is out. I kind of assumed they would after the calamity on the racetrack. Looks like everyone's getting single filed out here. Alright, chat. We're about halfway through this race. Given what has occurred, who do we think is winning this one? Also, I don't know why everything's kind of glitched out right now and blue team has no points. Maybe it's because I'm on blue team, so it's showing my points for blue team only. I don't know. That's probably just Bugbear being Bugbear. But, I mean, clearly they have points. W and AY were 1st and 2nd for quite some time. It looks like almost the whole pack is here. Badass Frog still trying to catch up here. Where are you, Mr. Frog? So something else might have happened to Badass Frog here. He is quite far behind the pack. But that's alright. That's what cautions are for. He can get caught up and back in this race a little bit. He's got some internal damage on that car. Might be affecting how he's driving for sure. I'm gonna hop on board with Spider Monkey going into this restart. He's gonna have the inside, but he's got two mates in front of him, so it'll be interesting to see how he wants to take this. And it looks like he might be opting for the outside line. No, okay. They're just getting everything figured out still. But Badass Frog has made it back to the pack, which means we will be going green this time by. As we round the final corner at the beautiful Boulder Bank, Maine. We have 7 more laps to go after this, and they are going green, green, green here for the 2nd time at Boulder Bank, Maine. And Spider got a really good jump on that. He may be looking, and he does, and he backs off and actually loses a couple of positions because of it. But Sulpan is sideways, and Spider sneaking his way through there. Didn't have a whole lot of room, but he made it through. AY had a bit of a rough restart. It looks like he's been pushed back into the 5th position. Mamba looks like he had a good restart. He's up into 3rd now, into that 2nd or 3rd podium spot, sorry, in 3rd place. Bobby close behind. And Unknown not really pulling away at all. Looks like Mamba might be able to make a move on Unknown here very soon. W has put on a little bit of a gap. I'm sure that gap will increase if the same thing happens like last time. Oscar and Soul Pun side by side right now. Shout out to Oscar. It's his first race back in a little bit. He kind of ran away from us for a while there, but we pulled him back in. Oscar will never leave PRA for good. But he is running pretty good, up in the 9th position now. Running with these top dogs. And I guess while I'm by myself in the booth, I can talk a little bit more on our plans for next season. As B-Dog said, December 28th, I believe, was the date he put in. We will have our announcement of our structure on season 16 of PRA. As a lot of you know, I am semi-retiring from PRA, competition-wise, to help B-Dog run the show, B-Dog and Squeller, my lovely board brothers. But I'm going to get back to the action here. Spider Monkey up in 6th position now. I'm trying to reel down Bobby if he can. And hopefully, I mean, he's not far. Oh, okay, he's going for the tree line. I still don't understand how to do that, but shout out to Spider. But he is trying to catch Bobby, and if he can, he's not far behind Mamba and Unknown and AY in that group of 3 for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. He's got to run on Bobby here, and he is gonna take it. He's pushing Bobby to that outside line. Nothing dirty, just saying, hey, this is my line now. Very smart to go on the inside, trying to defend that line. Oh, and Spider and Bobby get into it a little bit, and Bobby goes into the trees. Very unfortunate. That'll definitely be a tally. And it looks like Spider was going to check up, but he was getting passed by everybody, so he decided to get her going. But as I was talking about before, Saturn, thank you for bringing me back down from outer space. We will be going back to our series racing, but as a team, as I said in the last stream last week. So the bronze, silver, gold, diamond series will race against only people in their series, but you still have team points and team championships and whatnot. So just to bring that competitive spirit back. I mean, I know it must be tough for the guys who are struggling to keep up with these fast punks up here. And it looks like we have a 2nd caution. I'm not sure what the first incident or maybe 2nd incident was, but obviously we caught the Bobby incident live on camera. Might be something with Badass Frog again. Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna pull off here and maybe retire. You hate to see it, but his car is very, very beat up. He might not retire. He might just be like driving around. I don't know. I think this time around I'm gonna hop on board with AY, Mr. 81. He had a bit of a rough restart last time around, so I'm sure he's hoping to improve that restart this time. But looking at the leaderboard here, D-High, Spider Monkey, and Ruthless Mamba all up in that top 6. Soul Pun is number 7 there. Oscar's up to 8th now. Doing very, very good. Well done, buddy. But I'm going to ride on board with AY. Here going to the green flag. Almost a green, green-white checkered. I believe their caution cutoff will be once they hit lap 13. Not 100% sure, but that sounds about right to me. And W has proven that he is still a dominant force and can run away from you at a moment's notice with that 117.672. So he's improved it since that 0.7. Unknown at a 118.898. AY at a 118.9. And there's a Ruthless Mamba almost at that 118. But we are going green for the 3rd time here at Boulder Bank. AY and Unknown on the outside, not a very strong place to be. AY, or Unknown, sorry, and AY, very, very, very strong on that outside. You get to carry a bit more speed, and it proves to be beneficial going into this 270-degree corner. AY Unknown are now up to 2nd and 3rd. A very strong restart from them. Strong restart from Bobby as well. He I don't know if he bullied his way up there. He might have, but he has been. Oh, and something happened with Spider. I don't know what's going on anymore. Let's ride on board with Bobby and see if he's putting any aggression on. He's up into 5th place now, so very, very interesting restart to say the least. But D-Highs is not far behind, trying to get that inside line if he can. Bobby gets the inside going into the next corner and is able to put a bit of a gap here, so he'll be able to have preferred racing line going into that last corner. Looks like AOI made a move past Unknown. Unknown likely checked up and let AY pass, knowing that AY has some solid pace here. And now Unknown is just trying to hold off Ruthless. If these two get 2 and 3 and Bobby's unable to pass Ruthless, they will have a solid chance at winning this championship. But W in W fashion is running away from everybody. Looks like we're likely on caution cutoff. And it's looking like we'll likely have W joining us up in the booth. You never know what happens. You could botch a corner and lose focus, but typically this kid, once he's up there, he's just automatic. Something happened with Unknown. Ruthless was able to get around him. And Ruthless now right behind AY. So a bit of an interesting situation here. We may have a... may have 3-way. No, maybe not. Spider making a move on Bobby back there. Where are you? Makes a solid pass. I mean, I don't know if it was a solid pass, but he's got a good gap. Looking D-Highs and Walleye. Everyone makes it through A-OK. But we may have an interesting last lap going through that that intersection for sure. Ruthless Mamba on the inside of AYDY going into this corner here. Gives him a little bit of a door check. Shout out door check. And passes him. I don't know how well AY is going to like that or if he's going to let it slide. Somewhere along the lines, Bobby passed Spider. So these two have been at each other this entire race, back and forth. Trading positions left and right. Oscar with a... oh, that was a beautiful pass on D-Highs. Very well done through that corner. And the commentator's curse is well and alive. Had to make sure. Looks like Mamba has been able to hold off 81 here, as 80 is trying to get anything going. And Mamba has improved to a 1:18.708, so he's putting down a blazing fast pace here. Something happened with Unknown as well. Bobby, Unknown, and Spider all in a clump. And Ice Dude, very respectful out of Ice Dude to break there. You love to see it. Towards the front, Bobby has pushed his way up into 4th place. If this is how the race ends, W's flying missiles will have a very solid start to the night. An Unknown clips that barrier. Spider gets the inside line, trying to make the move. If he can make it stick, this will be huge for his team. Oh, and Spider nails the tree and the guardrail in the last corner. Soul Pun takes him out. Soul Pun dies. Man, the calamity on the racetrack. What a heartbreaker for Spider. He was trying everything he could to get around Unknown there. Sorry I didn't get to see the finish with W there, but very, very well done, W, on a commanding victory. Ruthless Mamba 2nd, AY 3rd, Booby in 4th, Unknown and Fast in 5th, Soul Pun 6th, D-High 7th, Spider 8th, Walleye 9th, Ice Dude 10th, Oscar sitting aside and letting Ice Dude get that 10th slot, comes in 11th, and Badass Frog in 12th right after he pings out. So we will be getting Mr. W up in the booth whenever he gets the chance. There he is, man of the hour, Mr. W.
How's it going?
Not too bad, man. How you doing?
Pretty alright. Pretty happy to see where our two finishers finished. So
yeah, and especially with Bobby getting taken out pretty early on into that race. I mean, yeah, I'm not too sure how he pushed up, but after about 3 corners, he was in 5th. So
big reason why I like having Bobby on my team. He knows how to get back up there, and I was really tempted to drop back and help him, but once I saw him fall back to 4th or 5th, I was like, I better just stand my ground, just hope for the best for him. And he showed up and got 4th, so I did my math in my head. We should have the lead.
I'm actually doing the math right now as we speak. Yeah, AY's team struggled there. I mean, Spider was trying to make a pass on Unknown at the end and just clipped a tree and then a guardrail and then took out Soul Pun, and it was calamity on the racetrack.
I was just watching the leaderboard, a bunch of flipping flopping. And, I just wanted to stay where I was at, hold my ground, and this will be win number 30 of the PRA.
Hey man, number 30. That's a statement for sure. I mean, you must be creeping on that record here soon.
Yep, according to my calculations, nerdy thing to say, but I'm only 9 away.
9 away. So another good season, another win here tonight. 8 away. You could do it next season if you wanted to.
If I wanted to, come on now. Competition's not that easy.
No, it's really not, and the competition just keeps getting better, I feel.
Oh yeah, it's getting better and better. I'd like to throw out there Walleye being my teammate for the night. I couldn't thank him enough. So
yeah, we've had lots of shout-outs for Mr. Walleye here tonight. I mean, with Saturn cheering on Walleye, I of course will always cheer on Walleye. Love that dude. Anyways, man, how you feeling about Mr. Rosenheim here?
I feel fantastic, man. I couldn't feel any better about a track. I'm sitting 4th in the world with this car, so feeling really good coming into this one.
With this car, let's go take a little peek here. Wow. Get out of my booth, man.
Hey, cheers for you for being the announcer by yourself tonight.
It's not easy. I was very unprepared today. Got off work with and got home with about half an hour to go. Reached out to Mr. Chevy, so he may be joining us hopefully, but
That would be pretty cool.
it would be good. All right, man. I'll let you go. Good luck on Rosenheimer Verse, and maybe we'll see you soon.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Oscar. I see you in there. Kick voting me, you little punk. Get out of here. And Oscar, you didn't lose. I saw you pull aside for Mr. Ice Dude, you respectful human being. Looks like we may be waiting to see if Badass Frog comes back. He did ping out. Definitely had a bit of a rough race there for sure. But yeah, as I said in the interview, this is track number 2, Rosenheim Raceway Main Circuit Reverse. We ran the main route. I believe that was season 13, maybe season 12. In the C-Class Road Slayer. And I felt really good about that track. I put down way too many laps of it. Like, it was unhealthy. But yeah, I felt really, really strong about that track. Things just didn't quite go my way. And I think me and Colt wanted chaos, so we decided to come back again. And we will see the classic I think I can W strategy of everyone grouping up. Very, very smart. AY Unknown and his whole team looks like they're all grouped up. Nope, never mind. That's a shenanigan right behind them. Who is that? That's Ruthless Mob behind them. And this lap is more about clearing debris and tires off the track, just less about raw speed. This lap will be the one to be quick. We're gonna ride on board with a Unknown. Looks like AY clipped the barrier just a little bit, lost quite a bit of ground. But Rosenheim Reverse, who we thinking? Obviously, we all know Saturn's going for a walleye. I'm gonna mute and just grab a quick drink real quick while you guys put in your votes. Who's gonna win? W's not included. Alright, as the racers are coming around for the last lap here, AY made a push up into second place there, right in front of his teammate. Very, very strong lap indeed. Very, very close to unknown in fast time. Looks like, even though W might be pretty confident, looks like his team might be struggling a little bit here. I mean, 6th, 7th, and 9th. Still solid times for sure. But I did my calculations a little bit. Not sure what Spider's team's final positions were. Can't quite remember, but 81's team is 3 points behind W's team currently. So it'll be interesting to see how they do. If this is how the grid started and finished. Let me do some math real quick here and see where things would end. So AY's team would have 27 points this race, and W's team would have 24. So they would be tied if this is how the race finished right now. So in order for them to stop that, Soulpun would have to finish ahead of Bobby. Never mind, they're on the same team. D-Highs would have to finish ahead of Bobby and Soulpun. Or any of the guys below them would have to finish ahead of them in order for them to win the championship. 80's team would have to pass W for a very strong check. Racer chick just joined in the lobby to vote kick Oscar real quick. Respect. I love it. But it looks like we'll be getting ready to go for 20 laps here on Rosenheim Raceway Main Circuit Reverse. This is going to be a chaotic one. And as we saw earlier when we were checking the leaderboard times on PS4 there, W would need a 41.6 to be approaching on that world record time. Is it doable in this car? Who knows? Probably not. But if anyone could figure that out, it'd be W. But we are stacked up. I'm going to ride on board. Let's ride on board, show some love to the boy Oscar. As the three stooges are just pushing each other around right now. Oscar's at the back of the pack here. We're going to get to see all the action. Definitely no shame in being at the back of the pack. You know, I've been there lots. Even in a stacked lobby like this. I mean, it's tough. We all get it. That's why we want to make some changes going into Season 16. But we are all getting stacked up. Oscar, you stay off the fish. But we are going green, green, green here at Rosenheim Raceway Reverse. Seems like the front of the pack got away to a solid jump. I don't know, fast being on that outside kind of got pushed out, and oh my, Bobby has pushed his way up into third place, riding right beside AY, but AY and Bobby get into it. Bobby gets pushed back down into fourth, and AY is around. He collects the whole field. They may call a full restart on that one. I am not sure. Looks like we're still green. And unfortunately, it looks like it was mainly AY who... and Soulpun. AY and Soulpun were the brunts of that that accident. On fast and D high side by side back there. Solpun got moving. So everyone is still here. Spider Monkey and Ruthless up in second and third after a bit of a rougher qualifying. They've definitely proven to have the abilities, and W hits the barrier. Mamba takes the lead. That's what I mean. This track can, you never know. And Oscar's in the barrier collecting everyone. Yeah, that tight chicane is an issue that we've learned beforehand, and this is what me and Cole wanted. We wanted calamity and death. But the king of PRA Wreckfest is no longer in the lead. He's got a gold guy and Ruthless Mamba ahead of him. Ruthless Mamba has been showing out this season. Very, very big reason of why these guys are in the finals. But W is, as I said, the king of PRA Wreckfest. And yeah, as I expected, caution is out. So these guys will be restacking. Very, very fortunate for AYDY, who is involved in that first chaotic crash, to say the least. But the Shenanigan Pancakes in 2, 3, and 4 currently. So they have a very, very strong starting position. Unknown and Fast and AY in 5th and 7th. They'll be looking to try and hop on an inside line here and try and make a move as soon as they can. Seems like everyone is back. So now we are just waiting on things to go green here. We are restacked coming up to the line. These guys are going green, green, green now for the second time. Unknown Fast instantly gets pushed on the wall by Bobby. But Bobby is still on that outside line, and Unknown making a good push up through the pack. And W being on that outside just could not get past Ruthless. So Ruthless will remain in the lead here. D-Highs into a barrier. Very tight section to be going 2, 3 wide through. AY trying to make a move on people here. Getting anything he can. These guys are 2 wide back to back. D-Highs makes a smart move and backs out. Spider getting the short end of the stick once again, man. You hate to see it. But AYDY and Solpun side by side here. Solpun backs out a little bit. Looks like W's trying to make a move on the lead. Mamba does a great job of holding on. So it looks like it'll be the Ruthless Mamba. I think I can W show for a little bit here. Bobby was able to punch his way up into 5th, or 3rd, excuse me. And he's... I don't think he's really looking to catch these guys. He's looking to just kind of chill and try and hold on to that 3rd place position. But Unknown and Fast is a wizard of passing people. Tries to take that inside line, kind of gets pinched down by Bobby just a little bit. Gives Bobby the little tap. But having that outside speed, not having to brake quite as much, Bobby holds on to that position for now. With all that fighting, AYDY has caught up to them. Just wanted to point that out. Spider Monkey having a bit of a rough go here today. D-Highs and Solpun right in front of him. Spider, full inside line. I wouldn't be surprised to see Spider go left here, yeah. And he does. He said, you know what, last time didn't go so well. Let's lose a little bit of time. Oh, and collects Solpun and D-Highs. That's the problem with going that way, is it's coming up there is it's a tight corner, and the guys going through the chicane have a better straight line, and you're gonna hit people. Looks like Ruthless has still got the lead for now. W might be playing it patient, waiting for the opportune moment to pass instead of being the aggressor, which I respect. I like that a lot. Sometimes I get a little caught up and become the aggressor, but I enjoy watching racing where you pick your points. Looks like AY and Bobby are pretty close to each other here. Might be going for a move. AY trying to be the aggressor and ducking that inside, but Bobby able to hold him off for now. Looks like Solpun has dropped back a little bit from D-Highs. Not too sure what has happened there, but gets a... Oh, just clips the barrier. Almost had a really, really good run through that section. Very difficult, high-speed section. Hold on. Looking back up, Bobby and AY were too wide going into that last chicane for a second there. Looks like AY may have made the smart move of backing out. And he forced Bobby wide through this corner, trying to get the cut back, maybe the double cut back. Bobby does a great job driving defensive there, holding that inside line. Very well done. At the front of the pack, W has made that move on Mamba. Mamba might have clipped something, or I'm not too sure what happened, but W now has a decent gap on Mamba. Looking at lap times, W with a 42.555, followed by Unknown and Fats with a 42.544. Very, very, very strong lap times out of these guys. But as I say that, W runs a 42.369, so the kid has proven himself to be very fast on this track. Something must have happened with AY. AY is back into 8th again, so you really hate to see that. Spider's jumped up into 6th, trying to reel down Solpun a little bit here. Solpun is another guy who enjoys Rosenheim. I know he grinded it about as much as I did. Unknown and Fast up in that 3rd place position, and W's running a 42.2, so he's just getting faster and putting those wheels on and running away from everybody. But I would not be surprised to see another caution come out. This track is difficult, it's tight. Anything can happen here. And if we get a restart, you never know. Spider and Solpun starting to battle it out. Spider has reeled down the Soul Punisher. Seems like that corner is... People are taking very different lines through that. I don't know if they made a mistake or what happened, but... Oh, when Spider gets into Soulpun, and Soulpun eats the barrier, gets collected by AY. That'll be tally number 2, I'm assuming. Seeing as AY was back in 8th, I'm guessing that was a tally for that situation. That one with Soulpun was most definitely a tally. So, W's worst nightmare has come true once again. He's going to a late race caution. Let's see if he can improve his lap time. He's improved down to a 42.126, getting closer and closer to his PB. And improves to an 0.76, so even closer to his PB now. But he will have the inside line going into that restart. Spider has made his way back up into 5th. AY back up into 6th. It'll be interesting to see how these guys take this restart. There's been some pushing and shoving I've seen. I'm going to ride on board with Spider. Spider's in that 5th place position on the inside. Get to see these top 4 battle it out. It's definitely something I'm looking forward to. I know AY has some fire left inside of him. I wouldn't be surprised to see him make a move. Unknown Fast I know he wants to do everything he can for his team. He might try and make a jump up as well. But it seems like everybody is here. So we will be going green on lap 16 here. Caution cutoff, I believe, will be lap number 18. Could be mistaken, but I believe it is lap number 18. But these guys will be able to figure that out themselves. But we are stacked up and coming up to the line. We will be going green, green, green. Spider kind of dropped back a little bit there. Lost some space on the guys up front. Very interesting. Ruthless Mamba gets sent really wide, and Unknown and Fast jumps up into second. Ruthless Mamba and Bobby side by side, pushing each other around. These guys are damn near 3 wide. AY just able to sneak in front of them up there. So Unknown and Fast and AY up into second and third once again. Unknown, very, very strong, showing out of him, running a 42.4, second fastest lap time of the event. And had to deal with some battles to get up there for sure, but I mean, W is just so dominant. Looks like AY is trying to do everything he can. Pushing Unknown, trying to get Unknown to go faster. Oh, an Unknown clips the inside barrier. Oh no, something happened with Bobby. Bobby's back in 11th. So now it's all up to Solpun. If Solpun does not gain this position and this is how we end, then we will be going to... Oh, but something happened to Unknown. Never mind. This has been a chaotic race to try and keep track of. Everyone's flipping positions, flopping all over the place. Bobby catches Walleye. Walleye pulls aside, slows down, lets him pass. Very smart move from a teammate there. And when Bobby hits the barrier and goes spinning around, almost taking out Walleye with him. Walleye did clip the outside barrier there. Dehaz up into... Well, he's still in that 6th place position. So Unknown needs 2 positions here to win. 1 position to tie. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to do it. He's got about a lap and a half here to try and make a move. Dehaz also cannot let Solpun pass. If Solpun passes, they will lock in their championship, it seems. But that group up there, AY, DY, Ruthless Mama, Spider Monkey, very, very tightly grouped. Looks like AY might be slowing everybody up here, trying to give Unknown a shot to catch up and gain some positions. I think he's done the math himself in his head and knows. Just because this is really important, we're going to ride on board with Unknown and Fast. And gets the position on Ruthless. Has a clean section through here. And is he going to try? It looks like... No, he just can't get it. So AY is going to try and... Congratulations to W. He's about to cross the line in 3, 2, 1. Bingo! And Spider gets sent a little sideways and Unknown gets that 2nd place position. That may have just won them the championship. Time to do some math. I know I've been doing a lot of math this time, but you know, this is championship weekend. You gotta. So Solpun finished in 7th. 24 points, and they got 27. So apparently my math the first time around was wrong. I believe they're tied. Well,
that was interesting turn of events.
that
Hello,
was
Wired.
hello. Oh, I have Spider too. Everybody's here. All right.
Yep, all three captains.
Well,
Man. Well, first things first.
Yes.
Congratulations to W on a sweep.
Yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you.
And those are some killer laps.
Yeah, I mean, he had told me during our last interview that he's fourth in the world on this track in this car right now on PS4. So the kid knows what's up around here. But congratulations to you. I want to say before you say anything, if my math checks out, I think you and AY are tied.
nuh-uh. No way.
Wow.
So what does
Because
that
of
come
the
down
finish?
to? Average finish?
If my
Is
math
that because
checks
of the
out,
finish?
official point standing is going to be very interesting, since from my count I got a different count. But
Did you? Maybe I'm just dumb.
And I think
We'll
there's
see how
a
this
racing
turns out.
incident that is going
Yeah,
to
it's
need
gonna
a replay.
We're gonna need a review.
yeah,
on
there's
the
going to be a lot
racing
to watch
maybe.
this last
Yeah,
race.
We'll
yeah.
see. We'll see.
You guys are definitely going to be sending me in clips, and I will sit down with the board and figure things out, because even some things that I saw were a little sketchy.
I didn't see
it was
much.
hard to say.
Is all I gotta say.
It was the team racing. Something everyone's going to be competitive, especially towards someone who's not on their team.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
frustrations just got it there at the end, and the results show that.
Yeah,
see
and
how it,
it's
sorry.
especially after a long season. I mean, this is week number 7. You guys have been racing together for 7 weeks, so 14 total races, and you know how each other drive now, and that's it can be a challenge.
Really am curious to
just
see
went
what
in-
these points are gonna be.
Yeah, I just went in to have a good time, and I think we succeeded overall. Walleye was laughing the whole time.
Oh, dude, Walleye and Ice Dude are wheezing in the back. So
Yeah, I could tell, and it kind of seems like me and Colt Chevy wanted chaos on the last race, and that's what we got. So
yeah, I'm quite curious to
Yeah.
watch this. So we'll see how it rolls out.
yeah,
Very
absolutely.
entertaining season and race, regardless. Congrats to all three of y'all for your making your teams this far.
Yeah.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, it's been a great season. I didn't think we would make it this far,
Yeah, I mean,
but we did.
to make the finals was no tough ask. I mean, I didn't even make playoffs, so it's congratulations to the three of you for sure.
Absolutely. Definitely, it's been definitely an up and down season. I've enjoyed the team racing, and yeah, I can't wait for next season.
Absolutely. Next season will be even better. We've heard everyone's complaints and criticisms, constructive criticisms, and we're definitely been taking that into account. I mean, I know I have a meeting with the board later this week to figure some stuff out. So, as B-Dog said in the Discord, I believe it was December 28th, we're announcing some things, and look out for some polls in the Discord.
Absolutely. AY, congratulations. I'm assuming, if I kind of played around with it, I think your team won. I think, not sure, but if it comes down to a tie, and I do have a question. How's that going to work? Average finish?
I believe it will be average finish. I mean, that's what we did for tiebreakers going into the finals. So, if I had to assume, it would be average finish of your team.
All right. Well, congratulations, Spider and AY, for making those far. And,
Yeah, thank
Wow.
you. Got my first
What
PRA
an
win.
interesting
Congrats.
way to end the season.
That was, yeah, for sure.
All
You
right,
guys
guys.
take care.
All right.
Take care, you
See you
three.
guys next season.
Thank you, guys.
See you next season, boys. All right. That was the finale for season 15. Very intense racing. It was hard to keep track of everything happening. I would look up at the scoreboard and someone's back 5 positions from where they were 2 seconds ago. So hopefully I caught a lot of things, a lot of action. And yeah, definitely keep a lookout in the Discord. I'm going to be trying to do some off-season streams here on the PRA network. I know we kind of slacked off on that last off-season, but with me taking a break from competition, it'll clear my head and let me run some events. So other than that, have a great Christmas, everyone. Stay safe. No drinking and driving. Talking to you, Oscar. just playing. Anyways, guys, congratulations to the winners. And yeah, we will catch you guys sometime in the off season.